I'm going to tell you 3 things how networking has helped me. While I was doing all this networking, trying to figure out what my next step was, it helped me decide that corporate America was just not for me. And it helped me come up with the name of my company and start my company through networking. Networking helped me save $3,000. And also, networking helped me land a contract with the Super Bowl when it was here earlier this year. So I'm going to take you through this booklet. We're going to talk about 6 steps to improve your networking skills. Now, I know several of you in here are networking connoisseurs, and many of you do these things just because it's natural, because you are used to networking. However, I feel, just from my own personal experience, that you can still learn something from creating a plan as opposed to just networking with no goal or plan in mind. So first off, I want to find out, for those of you who did not raise their hand, who do not network that often, what do you think, what is your definition of networking? What do you think networking means? Anybody?
Networking to me is just communicating to find leads without paying a cost. It's free advertisement.
Free advertisement. Anybody else? What is networking to you?
Networking to me is building relationships and meeting new people to make friends, and you never know what's gonna happen once you meet people. You never know.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Yes, sir. What's your name?
Daryl.
Daryl.
Pretty much connecting yourself, surrounding yourself with like-minded people that's business-oriented, that surround yourself with like-minded people.
Absolutely. Networking is all those things. All it is the mutual exchange of information, ideas, and resources. Jim has given you a ton of resources. I mean, by the time you leave here today, your brain will probably explode with the amount of resources that you're going to receive today. Ryan earlier gave you some insight about his journey to entrepreneurship, as well as there's been several ideas expressed here today to help you. So that's what networking is all about. It can be done anywhere. I've done networking at church after service, at the gas station, at the grocery store. I'm a business owner, so I'm networking wherever I go, because almost wherever I go, to me, there may be a potential client or a potential opportunity for me to stand in front of a group to talk about my expertise. Okay, so it could definitely be done anywhere. Now, I mentioned that I did a lot of networking, sun up to sundown. I was going to the AM networking event, the luncheon, and then the evening happy hours. And I was getting exhausted, wore out. So I sat down and I said, I need to come up with a better strategy, okay? And so when you're thinking about a strategy, what are some of the things you do when creating a strategy? When you guys are doing your management consulting, what kind of things do you think you do, or processes you take to create your strategies?
You try to utilize your strengths.
Utilize your strengths, absolutely. Anybody else?
What are you trying to accomplish and how you measure it?
Right? What your goals are, what are you trying to accomplish, and how to measure.
How to get more accomplished in less time.
How to get more accomplished in less time. So strategy involves planning, right? You have to sit down and actually create a plan. It involves defining your goals and objectives. Why am I doing this? What is my objective? And what are the measurable goals that I want to achieve? And then when you're developing your strategy, then you've planned, you've come up with these goals and objectives, then you're coming up with the actual activities that are going to help you achieve these goals, right? So that's what you do when you're doing your business plan, when you're planning a trip. So why not have a strategy for your networking, okay? So the first step, and if you look inside the book on page 4, the first step to strategic networking is identifying your target audience. Now, why would you go to a networking event and your target audience is not there. Wouldn't that be a waste of your time? Right? Okay, so for those of you, I know that there were several people in here in business. For those of you who are in business, tell me, who is your target audience? I think you got a business, right, that's running right now. You have is it internet marketing business?
Yes.
Okay, tell me who your target audience is.
Parents with children.
Parents with children. How old are they?
Infants, all the way up to teenagers.
Infants to teenagers, and where are they located?
In the Tarrant County, Dallas area, Fort Worth.
Do they have to own a home or rent? Do they have to make a certain amount of income? So he has clearly defined his target audience. So if his target audience is parents with children, would he go to a singles or young professionals networking event? Probably. Yeah, although there may be some parents there, however, he's specifically targeting families. So he would network at family-oriented events, right? Okay. Somebody else who is not in business, who do you think your target audience is? Someone who is not in business. Your name is Brian?
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
My target audience would be regional council of governments, city leaders, city planners, and developers, because that's the area I'm wanting to get into, to be able to provide a service, basically to develop low-income, high-density, mixed-use housing developments that we need in Texas.
So he's not targeting a consumer, he's targeting government agencies or other type of agencies. So would he go network at the Small Business Development Center? Would that be a good place for him to network? No. So where would be a great place for him to network if he's targeting agencies that provide services to low income?
Corporate events, open events.
Where?
Corporate events.
Well, no, he's targeting agencies, government agencies, local nonprofits, and organizations that service low income.
The Real Estate Council, for one thing, they serve across the board, but it's an organization of real estate professionals that they're in the development and business, so they're a good source.
Okay. Were you going to say something, Ron?
I was going to say an individual. I think he ought to be networking with Jim Reed.
Jim Reed. Absolutely. That's your one source.
That's your one stop right there.
Well, I gave him a legal bill a while ago. I said he needs to go to the architectural happy hour, because it's nothing but architects, designers, and engineers who build these, ultimately going to be building these communities.
Yep. So the key is to really understand who your target audience is, right? So you can break down that target audience based on their age, income level, ethnicity, if that's important to you, their geographic location, their income, whatever is important to you, you need to know what your customer profile looks like. And then actually create a customer profile sheet. So that way, before you go out to a networking event, you'll know specifically the type of people or groups would be beneficial to you, and you're not wasting your time. So on page 5 of the book, it gives you a list of, it tells you how to create your customer profile on page 5 and 6. And I'm not going to go through that all the way, but you can actually write in this, use this as your networking guide. The second step is to determine your networking goals, right? There's a lot of reasons why people network. Some people just love meeting people. I like that too. So sometimes I will go to an event and my whole goal is just to meet people. There's no specific goal, you know, if I get a lead or referral, that's always in the forefront of my mind. But sometimes it's just, hey, this looks like an interesting happy hour or business mixer, you know, this may be an opportunity for me to meet some new people. However, if you are a business owner, you do need to have some specific goals in mind.